So we'll start with the context where we operate at. And I believe that most of you are aware of all those trends in the past 3 years. So I'll highlight only a few here. I really liked the way Gartner identified 5 challenges of human resources for 2022 and mentioned one of them was employees fatigue. And I think that it resonates well with the quiet resignation that we experience. I think that 1 year after COVID, everyone felt lower energy, and that was the first sign that something has changed. I would like to also mention the American psychologist, Professor Adam Grant, who spoke about the great rethink. He spoke about the need now to stop and reassess our assumptions, basic assumptions, the way we used to work so far. And now it's time to really question many things. And last, I would like to mention, I think, very important trend of AI development that stresses the gap that needs to be managed between the virtual amazing technology that is being developed and we enjoy it so much, but also it creates alienation that is further enhanced with the new hybrid working models. So human needs are still for proximity is tremendous, and I think that we need to always balance between those two, which is a challenge. And when we look at all those challenges that I mentioned, I think that what is common is that we experience much higher complexity, constant uncertainty, and fast pace of changing reality. We not only live in an imbalanced world, but also a quantum world. No more linearity, clear order, and ability to predict what is going to happen. We're looking now for internal balance, a strong backbone in an imbalanced world. We're looking to accept and even embrace this reality rather than resist and sometimes get stuck because of that. So only if we as individuals, teams, and organizations will be able to strengthen our inner backbone and optimize our energy level to the maximum possible, we will be able to fulfill our potential and performance, and as a result, positively impact on our business results. So, I've been hearing most from lots of organizations I've recently met with. I've been hearing about different challenges, but when I group all those, I would like to share with you, 2 that I think most are painful. The first one is that we don't move fast enough as leaders, especially now that we're short in budget. And we waste too much time on heavy processes, traditional processes, and back-to-back meetings, instead of investing in management and promoting our products. So first of all, we do not move fast enough. Secondly, we're fighting for talents and their engagement and retention is really tiring because we need their knowledge and we need them for the long run. And we do a lot. It's not that we're not doing a lot for them. So why doesn't it work as we expect? And I think that those challenges can be measured, but have to be approached differently. Those are only a few examples of, the things that we can measure, but I would like to focus on the last one. We can measure our level of energy and ensure it's optimized. I will show you how to do that shortly. The level of energy will actually dictate if you are efficient, engaged, move fast enough, and focus on the right thing. So to understand what are the alternatives to what we're used to, we need to understand what is the approach that brought us so far. Science has always been the foundations that the rest of the domains learned from and copied. So we start with the classical mechanics, classical physics. Traditional physics perceived the world as a highly oiled machine that applied physics and mathematical laws. Everything is possible for understanding, calculating, explaining, and even predicting. When the atom was found in the 5th century BC, the scientists were thrilled. That was the victory for physics. Here we found the basic stone of torment. We actually found the basic foundation on which everything has been built. It's interesting because the basic of the conception were that everything is separated. The world is made out of particles. Yes, there are some waves, but mostly there are particles. And then the question is, what is our part in this world as human beings? According to the classic mechanics, we are also made of particles, atoms, and we are external to the phenomena. We observe the material, we are external to it. We use our senses to observe the world, analyze and understand it. And if we apply the right equations, we can even predict the results. So now I'm sure that you are thinking, yeah, but that's not the case anymore, isn't it? And traditional organizations, same as traditional physics, you know, they're very structured and hierarchical, and the roles and responsibilities should be very clear, divided as much as possible. They're clear. The processes should be, divided and clear as much as possible. That absolutely gives us as leadership team a sense of control. I would say not necessarily the ability to control everything, but for sure, a nice feeling of control. The organizational point of view is highly individual-based. Although this is not what we declare, isn't it? We talk about collaborations and dependencies, and we encourage that really, truly. But think about the performance evaluation and goal-setting processes. They are individual-based. Okay, and when they are individual-based and the KPIs are individual mostly, what kind of behavior does it encourage? Usually competition and ego games, right? If you and I are under the same manager, even if we work together well, I'd like my manager to know that I'm a little bit better than you are. And so it is that the modern Western society is talking about individualism. And that might lead to a feeling that we as human beings are at the end of the road alone. When I'm an individual in traditional organization and sometimes work, remotely, hybrid, I tell myself, it's not a big deal to leave to another organization and maximize my individual gains. So, quantum mechanics that has been developed in the last 100 years answered questions that the classic physics cannot answer. It doesn't replace the classical physics, but it answers much more complex questions. With the described approach of the classical world, we cannot run fast enough and we cannot win. Our business will never be optimized as it can be. So guys, we need, new organizing principles. And today we take great inspiration from the quantum world. So what is the quantum world? I think that no one really knows. It's a mysterious, amazing world. And even those who receive Nobel Prizes got it due to certain experiments that they investigated and researched. So today we'll only touch a few concepts in a nutshell.